Hi.
Hi.
So we thought we'd do a very short video to help you out as a response to feedback with the pronunciation of ancient Egyptian names. It's something that's quite tricky for beginners because there's no real established way to do this.
No, none at all.
No, so and the problem really is because the ancient Egyptian writing system misses out the vowels. So when you do hieroglyphs with us, you'll soon learn this. And what that means is, vowels are the letters that really help us to pronounce things. So, is it an E, is it an I, an O, a U, long vowels, short vowels? It can make quite a difference, but no one really agrees because no one really knows. So that should help really rather than hinder. You just need to get in the ballpark. And there are no established ways of reading the same name all over the world.
No, I think if you've ever been to a conference where maybe there's more than one Egyptologist speaking, you'll have probably noticed that actually the same names, the same places, the same words are pronounced differently by lots of different people.
Yeah.
And there isn't absolutely no right or wrong way. But I do know that when you're reading, it's very difficult to take it in if you can't in your own head or out loud pronounce the words in some way. So we just thought this would help a bit.
Yeah, definitely.
In fact, so would you like me to start? I've written out a list of names that you might like to have pronounced. And I'm going to start off with Josa.
Yeah, and so what I'll do is I'll say how I say them too. And Josa I say the same way. That's quite I don't think many people say that.
Zosa? Have you heard Zosa?
Yeah, Zosa. Yeah, some people put a Z instead of the J. Both are legitimate and you'll see both. I think actually one thing to say is in essays and things, it's good to be consistent.
Yes, that's the main thing, be consistent.
Yeah, so
Absolutely.
Whatever you choose, stick to it. And if you're in any doubt, run it by us first if you like.
Khufu.
Khufu's the same, that's quite a simple
That's a simple name,
yeah,
yes. Heteperes.
See, I go for Heteferes, which I think's wrong.
Going forward in time, Montuhotep.
Montuhotep for me as well, but you get some Mentuhotep.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
A lot of people use Mentuhotep.
Yeah.
Amenemhat.
Amenemhat is the same for me, Middle Kingdom, yeah.
And Senwosret.
Yeah, Senwosret for me, but actually it's probably worth mentioning just on the end that you get the Greek spellings of a lot of these names as well.
Senwosret has a lot of variations in spellings actually.
Yeah,
and
so
I think some of them, and like Senusrit, which has to be, I think, pronounced differently to Senwosret. I tend to go for the absolute basic and most simple pronunciation.
It's a good policy.
But not everybody does.
No.
And I think that probably is the name that has the most complexity.
Senwosret, yeah. Senusret, Sesostris, yeah, it does, yeah.
Moving forward again in time, Amenhotep.
Amenhotep for me as well, yeah.
Tuthmosis.
Yeah, Tuthmosis for me, but you get a th at the beginning sometimes.
Thothmes.
Yeah. Well, actually, some people, because that one has come through the Greek, some people go for the ancient Egyptian Jehutines. So, there are clear established standards, and it's best to stick to those, I think. So, Tuthmosis or something like that's best.
I've put a very simple one down, Akhenaten.
Akhenaten.
And his city, Akhetaten.
Yeah, Akhetaten again. Yeah.
And Amarna. The difficulty with Amarna is not the pronunciation, it's the spelling. And it might be worth mentioning here, even though it's slightly off topic, that people quite often put a stray R into the word, which doesn't exist.
Yeah, so it's not A-R-M, it's A-M-A-R-N-A. Yeah, I've made that mistake formally before.
Nefertiti.
Nefertiti for me as well.
Tutankhamun.
Yeah, Tutankhamun for me. So I have a UN at the end, but you have an EN.
Yes, I have an EN. Just because I always have done, and because that's how Howard Carter spelt it.
Yeah, all the old publications.
All the old publications are EN, and I've stuck with it. But I also have the god Amen as EN.
Yes.
And very few people do that now.
Yeah, that's it. Because Armun is what you see quite a lot. A-M-U-N, isn't it? So,
I feel yes. I think events have overcome me because I also, when I started out writing about Hatshepsut, I spelt it with a CH.
Oh,
and at the time,
right.
a lot of people did. The sort of German style now.
Yeah, it's SH now.
But everybody now uses SH.
Yeah.
Fashions change in Egyptology as with anything else.
The
pronunciation Hatshepsut, I should have put it on the list actually. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, it is Hatshepsut, and I spell it with the SH as well.
Yes, I do now as well. So unfortunately my book
folded.
has a CH, yes. Have we done Smenkare?
No, not yet. No. That Smenkare, if I'm really trying to pronounce it clearly, but that usually collapses for me to just Smenkare.
Ramesses.
Ramesses for me.
But I think in American it's spelt slightly differently, and I've heard Americans say Ramses
Quite often.
quite often, which is not a problem either. It's more typically British, I think, to say Ramesses.
But again, it's the vowel thing, isn't it?
It's the vowel thing. We put an extra
there or
vowel
not.
in. Yeah, it's not a problem. Then leaping forward to the end of the dynastic age, I say Ptolemy.
Yeah, I put the P in there. I know I probably shouldn't really, but it's just a habit. So Ptolemy and Ptah.
Yes, a lot of people do that. But I was brought up, being considerably older than you, to say that it's a silent P, so it should be the god Ptah and the king Ptolemy.
Yeah,
but I know that a lot of people these days do that.
Yeah, I know, but I think you're right, but I can't get out the habit. So you'll hear me in the videos saying Ptolemy and Ptah. Please don't write in. But it just illustrates, there's a lot of variation to these things.
And the last word I've put down, because I know you say it differently to me in the lectures, is I say ostraca.
I say ostraka, which I know is wrong. But again, ostraka is...
it's not even an Egyptian word either.
No,
so I don't even know why we have this.
There should be a way to pronounce it.
Yes. But it's. I think what we're trying to say from this is basically pronounce words in a way that you're comfortable with.
Yeah, you know what we're talking about.
Don't worry about it. There is no right or wrong way. You're not going to be laughed at. I was telling Glenn earlier, I've been to a conference and the sun god Re and Ra. There's always, it depends whether you put an E or an A. I've even heard Re, the sun god Re, and I was at a conference, heard someone talking about the god Re. I didn't realise who it was for about 10 minutes, partway through they were talking about the litany of Re. What's that?
I had the same with early lectures of mine where the lecturer was talking about might and the importance of might in ancient Egyptian civilization, culture, that kind of thing. And it took me quite a while to realise that that's how we pronounced Mart, which some people pronounce Ma'at, don't they? So, there's loads of variation.
Yeah, I was saying Mart.
Just Mart. Yeah, same for me. Excellent.